was distributed to oil producing states as 13% derivation revenue. Further breakdown showed that from the now 31.325 billion naira statutory revenue, the federal government received 422.485 and 65.209 billion naira, a total of 129. From the 593.750 billion naira VAT revenue, the federal government received 89.63 billion naira, states received 296.875 billion naira, and local governments got 207.813 billion naira. Although gross statutory revenue increased from 1.653 trillion naira in February to 1.718 trillion naira in March, VAT collections declined from 654.456 billion naira to 637.618 billion naira. In a significant development, Dangote petrol is set at 835 naira, decline in global crude oil prices, which have dropped to $64 per barrel from asked definition of human, saying there have to be more questions about the nature of who's really committed to peace and a ceasefire. In reference to the Palm Sunday incident in Sumy, Russian ballistic missiles hit northeastern city, the center of Sumy Oblast, killing more than 30 people and injuring over 110, the deadliest attack involving civilians in months. The State Department and the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control announced a series of sanctions against Russia in recent years, cost approximately $6.7 million for the MIC. China has given the U.S. President Donald Trump's government some conditions before it will agree to trade talks with the United States. Bloomberg reports on Wednesday that China is willing to sit across the table with the U.S. amid the trade war between both countries if the Trump administration shows more respect by reining in disparaging remarks from members of his cabinet. Other conditions include a more consistent U.S. position and a willingness to address China's concerns around American sanctions and Taiwan. China also wants the U.S. to appoint a point person for talks who has Trump's support and can help prepare a deal that the U.S. President and Chinese leader Xi Jinping can sign when they meet. There is an ongoing trade war between China and the United States. Trump had hit China with tariffs of 145% on most goods since taking office. This extension will keep the five-time Ballon d'Or winner in Riyadh through a World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. While negotiations had been ongoing for several months and initial expectations pointed to a swift conclusion back in January, the Marcus Rashford for special praise after Aston Villa's win against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League quarter-final second leg tie on Tuesday. Rooney said the England international was fantastic for Aston Villa against the French League One champions during the encounter at Villa Park. He, however, urged Rashford to replicate his display against PSG for Manchester United when he finally returns to Old Trafford at the end of the season. Rashford, who is currently on loan at Aston Villa from Man United, was impressive as Unai Emery's side came from 2-0 down to beat PSG 3-2 at home. Unfortunately, Aston Villa failed to advance to the Champions League semi-final stage. Intended to achieve with ease. Popular Nigerian TikToker Pella has hinted at a breakup with his girlfriend Jadrolita. The controversy began after Pella was seen getting cozy with another girl during his recent trip to Ghana. Reacting in a TikTok live session, Jadrolita expressed her grievance over the incident, stating that she could no longer continue with the relationship. Defending his actions, Pella claimed that he had been paid to appear in the girl's video to help promote her page. Responding to him, Jadrolita said most people have been saying she's older than him in this relationship, which is fine, but she ignored that and she followed her heart. Reacting to her in another video, Pella threatened to block her. Nice rest.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, Through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bets on the happenings around the world.